Major anti-consumer moves have been discovered for PlayStation Plus's new subscription services. The official release date for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has been announced, and developers respond to Xbox Game Pass criticism. So the new PlayStation Plus subscription model with the different tiers, PlayStation Plus Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra, and PlayStation Plus Premium or Deluxe, depending on what part of the world you are in, is starting to roll out. It is currently rolling out in Hong Kong and Taiwan. And users of the service have discovered some very anti-consumer things that Sony is doing. Right now with PlayStation Plus, with any subscription model, even with Xbox Game Pass, people stack their subscriptions up for years down the road because they have discounts and they're able to get access to the service for a lot cheaper than if they were just paying on that monthly basis or even the yearly basis at the standard asking prices that they would usually be paying for these services. And gamers in Hong Kong and Taiwan are now discovering that in order to upgrade their subscription service from PlayStation Plus Essential to the PlayStation Plus Extra or the PlayStation Plus Premium tier, Sony is charging them the difference and wiping out their actual upgrade discount that they've already purchased and inputted into the system. So an example of this, it says here that if you are a player who has PlayStation Plus Essential memberships all the way into 2026, you're being quoted the price of 4 full years in order to upgrade from PlayStation Plus Extra to PlayStation Plus Deluxe. And there's no way to upgrade for just 1 year and then cancel the service, or 3 months and then cancel the service. Sony will be charging you the difference to upgrade for the entire length that you've stacked your memberships. Upfront fees that sound, for some of the examples that are being spread around, just absolutely enormous. And to make everything even worse, Sony is actually wiping out the discounts that you've already purchased for your membership. It says here, if you bought your membership while it was on sale and then choose to upgrade it, it'll bump up the price difference to erode the savings you originally earned. So everything that is going on is actually broken down in this Reddit thread here by users who are providing their real life examples as to what is happening when they're trying to upgrade their PlayStation Plus subscription. So it says here, the new PS Plus plan just got online in Asia an hour ago. I'll explain how to upgrade to Extra or Deluxe if you already have PlayStation Plus. If you want to upgrade to Extra or Deluxe, you have to upgrade all of the rest of your days left. You cannot just upgrade 3 months or 1 year. And the actual upgrade of the price, they say here that they thought it was calculated monthly, not annually, but then they go down here and realize what's actually going on with the calculations as to why people are paying more is because Sony is literally just taking away the original discount of what they've already had when they stacked their subscription service for years ahead. For example, this person says if you purchase 1 year plus 25% off, that would be $45. So to upgrade to the Extra plan, you are going to be paying $100 minus $45, which would be $55, rather than paying the $100 minus the original price of the subscription service, which would be $60, which would end up making you only actually have to pay $40 to upgrade. So they're literally just removing any of the discounts that you already have. And then they go down with a bunch of other examples with just massive numbers that it looks like people have to pay. For example, somebody who subscribed all the way until 2031, they say here that they would have to pay something like 12,729 Taiwanese dollars or something along those lines. Just absolutely crazy numbers if you go through this thread, that people who have stacked their subscription model for years and years ahead are going to have to pay if they want to upgrade. So this is absolutely nuts. It's honestly one of the most anti-consumer things that I've ever seen a company do, especially with wiping out the discounts that people have already paid for and inputted into the system and signed up for the service. Now, I do want to mention that this could literally be a glitch. This could be something that Sony is looking into, and this isn't going to transfer over once it releases in North America and in Europe. Maybe they are releasing it now in Hong Kong and Taiwan and other places in Asia to kind of test out and make sure that everything is running properly. And this could literally just be a growing pain, and it may all go away tomorrow. But if it is not, if this is what is going to be happening, and when they release this in North America and in Europe, this is still occurring, it is going to be very, very bad. It's going to look terrible. And I think this is going to really hurt the amount of subscribers they're going to be getting who are wanting to upgrade to PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium. I know myself, I have a PlayStation Plus subscription. I think I only have it for the year, so I don't really need to worry about all of this stuff. But for people who have stacked their subscription for years to come, it's going to be insane. And you think about this compared to Xbox Game Pass, where Xbox Game Pass obviously wasn't doing this type of stuff. They're actually telling people to sign up to Xbox Game Pass for $1 to get into the service and try it out. So I don't want to say this is what they're going to go ahead with once it releases all around the world. Could literally be a glitch. Let's hope it's just a glitch for everybody's sake, for gamers' sake. But if it isn't, it's going to be very, very bad. Okay, now sticking on the topic of PlayStation Plus and the backwards compatibility stuff, we got some more information, some good, some bad. This one here, first of all, is that as we've heard previously, Sony is including trophies with their PlayStation Classics games, which I think is an awesome thing. I think this is a great thing PlayStation is doing, and I really hope Xbox looks at this and brings achievements over to the OG Xbox games, the ones on Game Pass, the ones that you can just purchase off the Microsoft Store. I think a lot more people will be enticed to play those games if they bring achievements over. But specifically when it comes to the trophies for the PlayStation Classic games, Sony put out a new blog post, and they say here, games like Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, and Siphon Filter will feature trophies, but this won't be mandatory for developers to implement into their service. It specifically says some original PlayStation and PSP titles may offer trophies such as Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, IQ Intelligent Cube, and Siphon Filter. This feature is optional for developers. So we'll have to wait and see if more developers are going to want to put the trophies into their games. I think as a developer, you want people to check it out. You want people to play some of these older games that you've created, which may entice them to go look at newer games that you've made, bring them over to more of your content. I would throw trophies in there because I think it will attract people over. And then when it comes to the PlayStation 3 games, this is where some more bad news is coming in terms of the PlayStation Plus Premium. As we know, with PlayStation Plus Premium, you get access to PS3 backwards compatibility, but only through streaming. You can't actually download those games. And because of this, it means that the PS3 games will not support DLC. So this is a bad thing. This isn't something that people want to see when it comes to PS3 games, because you compare some of the PS3 titles that are available on this service via streaming. They're available on Xbox via Xbox 360 backwards compatibility, and all of the DLC is available with those backwards compatible games. When it comes to the PS3, there's always that debate that the reason why you can't get PS3 backwards compatibility on the current day consoles is because of the PS3 being completely different in terms of its architecture with the cell processor, all that type of stuff. And that's why they have to resort to streaming. And then you have other people that have said that, hey, they can do it. They just don't want to put the time and money in to making the PS3 just natively downloadable on your PS5 to be able to play those games. So that's the choice that they've made to go with streaming, and because of that, you're not going to get access to the DLC, which is definitely a drawback. And they are including the PS3 games in that premium tier. So you're paying the most amount of money, but you're not going to have all the features of all of these games, which is very unfortunate. So right now, it just seems like there is a lot of negative stuff, negative backlash coming out about the backwards compatibility and the upgrade models of PlayStation Plus. Like I said, this could all be growing pains. This could all be worked out. And by the time it rolls out around other places around the world, it may be fixed. We'll have to wait and see on all of that stuff. I don't know how they're going to be able to put in DLC with PS3 games unless they are going to just allow you to stream them all once you pay for the PlayStation Plus Premium model. But it's something that I think that it will be a big drawback for people when they're deciding whether they want to pay that $18.99 for the PlayStation Plus Premium level. All right, jumping over here to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We got the official release date for it, and it is going to be October 28th, 2022. All of the game world is marking that day down because this is going to be a day you just don't want to release anything else on. It's going to be so big, especially because it is MW2. And if you were around during the original MW2 days back on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, it was literally the biggest cultural phenomenon, I'd say, in like entertainment when this game came out. It was absolutely nuts. Everyone was playing it. It was an incredible game. It was a ton of fun, especially the multiplayer. And we're getting a remake. I don't think I've been excited for a new Call of Duty in a very long time, but this year I can't wait to see what this game is all about. Now, they had this like whole marketing thing going on here on a port in Long Beach where they're revealing Modern Warfare 2, revealing the release date and all that type of stuff. And I just can't really wait to see more about this game. It's going to be huge, I think, for a couple of reasons. First of all, as we know, Activision Blizzard is being acquired by Xbox, by Microsoft, and this is going to be an Xbox Game Studios title once that deal goes through. It's going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass. Now, I feel like if Microsoft are able to do something before this deal closes, or maybe the deal closes in time for the release of this game, if they could do something to get this game onto Xbox Game Pass in 2022, all the stuff we've been hearing about Xbox not having any first-party games or just any big AAA titles on the service in 2022, I think will go away. And the amount of people that will run out to purchase an Xbox to play Call of Duty will be crazy. One thing I really hope that they do have, and I hope that they continue to focus on this as a selling point for the Xbox Series S, because I've experienced it, and I think it just is such a good feature, is that 120 FPS feature with games like Call of Duty and like Halo, which you just plug it into your monitor. You have a 144 hertz monitor or something. The game, when you're playing on your monitor, 27 inch, 24 inch, whatever, it looks great. It looks fine. And it runs so smoothly that you're blown away that this is running on a $300 device. Now, when it comes to the marketing rates of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, we saw this picture here last week, and it was Sony showing off this year's marketing rates and marketing deals. And as you can see, you don't see Call of Duty in there, which led a lot of people to believe that PlayStation did not have the marketing rights for Call of Duty this year. Now, what the marketing rights pretty much do is give you access to the open beta first. They also do a bunch of stuff with just like the commercials and ads where they show off the PlayStation console. And it looks like they may actually still have the marketing rights, even though they didn't show in this picture. There is a report that has come out, and it was first reported by Charlie Intel, where there is a leak on Reddit that has the various pre-order bundles. Here's the leak, and you can see here that it says early access to the open beta first on PS4 and PS5. So this is interesting because obviously the Activision Blizzard deal, and that them not showing it in that picture with the other games that they had the marketing rates to, maybe they just kind of want to forget about it, because we know this is going to be a first-party Xbox Game Studios game once the deal closes. But I wonder if this is going to have any effect on this game when it comes to Xbox, with it potentially making its way out onto Xbox Game Pass at launch, maybe a couple months after it launches when the deal closes. So I'm actually pumped for this. I will be picking this up. I will be playing it right when it comes out. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. Hopefully they do some good things with this. I found the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 version. I thought it was really good. I liked the graphic overhaul that it had, and the multiplayer was a ton of fun for me. So I'm expecting similar things from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. All right, and finally, to end things off, as we know, there's been a lot of negativity surrounding Xbox Game Pass over the last couple of weeks, last couple of days, and it's all culminated with this article from Kotaku, Xbox Game Pass completely just destroying them with the ratio here, and just a great response to this article. And then people getting on Xbox Game Pass and the different developers in exile getting in on it. And now we've had some responses to the negative criticism to Xbox Game Pass. So first of all, we have In Exile responding again. Someone had wrote here that you're stupid enough to post that proves to me that game designers don't need pay raises. They need to finish their GEDs instead. And it's in response to this that they've posted up here. They respond here with this meme, and then someone responds to that saying, it must be rough knowing that you will be making Game Pass fodder for the foreseeable future. And In Exile responds, full creative freedom, financial support, and millions of gamers playing and loving our games. It's a dream, really. Highly recommend. And this is something that we've heard multiple times from developers who have put their games onto Xbox Game Pass, whether first party or third party. First of all, with the first party, you hear about the full creative freedom that Xbox has been giving their development studios. You could argue that right now it isn't working as good as people want it to work, because we have not been getting that first party content yet, but it will come in the future. It will definitely be coming out onto Xbox Game Pass, but maybe there needs to be a little bit more structure overall to make sure that games are releasing on a timely basis and they have everything mapped out so they can hit that 3, 4, maybe even 2 monthly basis release of their first party games. The other part though that you've seen third party and first party talk about is the financial support and the millions of gamers being able to play and love games that they may have not played previously. And what Xbox Game Pass does is it gives developers that peace of mind that, hey, we put our game onto Xbox Game Pass. They want our game there. They're not just going to give it to everybody, but they want our game on that service. They're going to give us this amount of money, which really will help offset the marketing and development costs so we can focus on creating the best game possible. And then we put it onto the service and we know we have a reach of 25 plus million gamers that will be able to check out this game. Takes away the stress of having to try to market a game with a small marketing budget when you're competing against these big AAA titles, these huge marketing budgets from your competition that in no way you're going to be able to compete if you don't have at least the same amount of budget. So all that stuff is great. inXile talks about that in that tweet, but that isn't the end of it. We also have Brian Fargo here, who is the head of inXile Entertainment, responding to Tim Dog, who writes, inXile saying how much they love working for Xbox, hearing AAA coming from them and being worked on. Brian Fargo and the team seem to be impressing people, and Brian Fargo responds, Microsoft have been perfect partners for us, and I've worked with a lot of people in my career. Nothing but encouragement, operational support, creative freedom, and respect for game development. So yes, I'm most impressed with them, and you will see their bets pay off. Again, just confirming what Phil Spencer told everybody once he acquired all of these studios was that they are giving that creative freedom. They will be hands off, and the acquisition is just there for extra support, giving them more money, giving them more money and resources that they wouldn't have had if they were staying independent. But I hope the bets pay off. I think they will pay off. I know right now 2022 is dry. There's no excuse at the end of the day. If you love Xbox, if you hate Xbox, I get the disappointment if you're waiting for the first party content. We're not getting one for an entire year, at least that we know of yet. So the disappointment is definitely warranted, but it is going to pay off. And once these things start rolling out, I think it'll be just non-stop in terms of getting the first party content from Xbox. Now, inXile, obviously a first party developer providing the positive feedback about Xbox Game Pass and Xbox and the way that they support developers. And here we have a third party developer, No More Robots, Mike Rose, who has published games like The Descenders, Yes Your Grace, Hypnospace Outlaw, Not Tonight, Let's Build a Zoo, Spirit Tea. And he's talking about Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and how it has helped them, saying, I've said this before, but Game Pass is guaranteeing success for dozens of devs every single month by paying them their entire dev costs and then some on day one. Anyone tweeting Game Pass is bad for devs has zero clue about how this industry works and it should get in a bin. And that's what I just talked about with getting that money on day one, where you don't have to worry about those development costs, those marketing costs, and you can focus on making that game, knowing that you don't have to worry about making that money back. And that's probably a huge stress for a lot of developers, and putting your game onto Xbox Game Pass, especially if a lot of people check it out, is a huge, huge advantage. And he continues on here to say, as an explainer, normally you launch a game, it costs X to make, and you hope your game plus marketing was good enough to make X back, so you can start making a profit. If you're on Game Pass at launch, it's likely you've just instantly made X on launch day. Which would you choose? Even now, I have people responding to me explaining why their armchair analyst dude knows how Game Pass works better than me. Someone who actually has games on the service and knows dozens of devs who have been extremely happy to have their games on there. But sure, you do you. PS, something we've got coming to Xbox later this year, which I definitely cannot confirm will be on Game Pass. So it's just another game he's pretty much announcing is going to be on Xbox Game Pass, and I believe this is Spirit Tea, which is a rural life RPG. So there you have it. This is a third-party developer, a real-life developer, somebody who has experience and has worked with Microsoft and Xbox Game Pass. And one of the things he said that I like the most here is that anyone tweeting Game Pass is bad for devs has zero clue about how this industry works. And the reason I say I like him saying that is because unless you literally just want to play the biggest AAA game a couple of times a year, that's all you care about, and you don't want to see any of the other creative ideas out there in the video game industry, then you don't care about any of this stuff here. Because if you check out the smaller games, you check out the indie games, they're some of the most creative, most beautiful looking, some of the best music I've ever experienced in video games, some of the most fun gameplay I've had in video games. And you start to think about, would these games be successful? Will we be getting more of these games today, or would I even know about these games if it wasn't for a service like Xbox Game Pass? And I have a feeling that I probably wouldn't have played half of those games, probably wouldn't know about any of those games. And I feel like a lot of these games potentially may not be able to survive if they don't have stuff like this helping them get their games out there for people to play and to see. So it's not all bad news in the last couple of weeks when it comes to Game Pass. At least we have people who are providing their positive experiences with the service. So you get to weigh kind of both sides of what gamers think, what devs think, either positive or negative. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff about the PlayStation Plus stuff that Sony is doing with the upgrade fees and the unable to play DLC for PS3 games, as well as the trophies coming to their games. Are you excited for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? And what do you think about the comments from InXile and Mike Rose about Xbox Game Pass? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.